YouTube, we're back with some more free agency action.
As promised.
Breaking down our top threes of the defensive positions, best signings. We got three of us here breaking it down. Two of us did our homework. One of us didn't, but he's going to give his hot take on each of the position groups. But yeah, let's just get into it. We're going to start with D tackle.
I put all the D line.
Or D lineman, yeah, sorry. D lineman. D tackles, D ends. I got an honorable mentions. Claiborne of the Patriots. I think they needed him. I think it's pretty good, but that's an honorable mention. Number 3, Muhammad Wilkerson to the Packers. 1 year, $5 million, pretty cheap. You really don't know what you're going to get from him off the field maybe, but he's a very good player. The Packers need defense, and more defense. They needed him. Good signing at number at 2 and 3. He could be number 2. I'm realizing right now in my notes here that I kind of want to switch him to 2, but we'll keep him at 3. It's a tie at 2, so we'll break that down a little bit. Give me your 3.
He's not on my list because of his off the
Okay,
field
yeah,
issues.
I kept him at 3 at the
Motivation
end
issues.
because of that reason, but
I have number 3. I have Vinny Curry to the Bucks.
okay.
I like it. They needed help and they got it. Like they went out and got it.
I'm going to disagree with you.
Don't do it.
Not a lot of production. It's not all about production. It's about pressure
And presence.
and presence, but
Their defensive line's stacked. The Eagles' defensive line was stacked. Like the other players made.
I mean, it's
probably
not
made it look
bad,
better
but it's
than-
not going to make the list for me, so I disagree. My number 2 is a little bit of a wild card. Trent Murphy to the Bills. He was on the Redskins. Good amount of production. He got injured, but for when he's on the field, good production, good pressure. I'd watch out for him if he's healthy to step up. It's a sleeper signing, and I like it a lot. Murphy to the Bills, 3 year, $21 million.
My number 2 is your honorable mention. I got
Claiborne.
Adrian Claiborne to the
Yeah,
Pats.
it could be up there. It could very well. It was hard for me not to put him up there.
Like his production was really inconsistent, but I don't know. I see him having a year in that Patriots system.
Okay.
I think we're in the same number 1.
My number 1 it's a no-brainer for me. It's Sheldon Richardson of the Vikings, 1 year, $8 million. I think just pairing him with Linval Joseph is ridiculous. They got him cheap. It can help him take the next step. It's hard to see going into the free agency that the Vikings' number 1 defense actually got better, and it did with this signing. I love this signing. No doubt my number 1. He's up there for one of the best single signings of this offseason, I think. So that's my guy.
I don't know about all that, but he's number 1 on this list for me.
I just think it made him that much better. I think, when you want me to break it down a little more, we saw Linval Joseph and Everson Griffin getting double-teamed a lot. This guy comes in there to stop that, and he can make some moves as well. He's a 3 technique, hard to find good 3 techniques. Mike Zimmer wanted one, he got one. I mean, the only bad thing is he's only there for 1 year, but it's understandable when he can help them maybe contend here. So, I mean, I love that signing. I love it. Pete, any hot takes?
I like the Haloti Nada signing. Really cheap and just made the Eagles' defensive
could've put
line
that
a
in
lot
there.
better. He only got $2.4 million.
He's chasing a ring.
Yeah.
But they didn't go back-to-back. That's all you got for a D-line? Okay.
Well, I like Sheldon Richardson. I think he's number 1. I keep going, you know.
Why
I'm a
not?
Titans fan, but I like Daquan Jones.
Re-sign?
3 year, $21 million. I think he's very underrated. He's a really good run stuffer. He gets to the quarterback too, so I think that was a good re-signing. And yeah.
Yeah.
What was the other one too? Oh, Starlet. Actually, that's too much money. Starlet.
Too much. He's got potential though, so I wanted to put it up here because I like his potential, and I like the Bills needed D tackles, and it was a good move. I think it was a good move, but I couldn't put it up here because it was a lot of money. But I still think it is a good move. So, yeah.
I like Dante Poe too. Wasn't that much money, but Panthers got him to replace Latula.
Oh yeah, I was thinking about him up here too. D line's pretty good. Now this next position group wasn't really that
There's no
hot.
Yeah.
But the linebackers. Number 3, I went Avery Williamson to the Jets. They need an inside linebacker. He's not going to wow, but 3 year, $22.5 million. It's hard to find inside middle linebackers, so why not?
My number 3, I just put Zach Brown back to Washington.
Okay.
I
I didn't put it.
He knows the system, and they're bringing him back was a good move.
Playing at a pretty high level. My number 2 is Preston Brown to the Bengals. 1 year, $4 million. The Bengals need a linebackers bad. I think he can play at a pretty good level, and it's cheap. I think it's a good move, even though it's a prove it year. I think prove it deal. Bengals needed linebackers, so there you go. I think it was a good move.
My number 2, I don't want to botch this name, but I got Tahir Whitehead to the
Oh,
Raiders.
Yeah.
I like the fit. I like pairing him up with what they got going on there.
Yeah, they needed some linebackers as well.
Mm-hmm.
Good sleeper.
And so I put him on my list.
My number 1, even though it's a lot of money, it's Nigel Bradham from the Eagles, 5-year, $40 million. Why not keep the crew together? Really, what it comes down. They don't really need anything else. So I mean, you did what you had to do. I mean, it's really not the greatest linebacker signing, so it's pretty easy. Number 1 there.
Yeah, Nigel Boy is number 1 on my list as well.
Okay, it worked out. Pete, what do you got for us?
They got nothing.
Yeah, nothing. Linebackers.
There's not that much exciting going on, really. Yeah, I agree. I like Nigel Bradham back to the Eagles. Yeah.
Okay, Pete.
Christian Jones to the Lions.
I don't like that one.
No?
I like Christian
I
Jones.
mean, is he going to be your starting
It
linebacker?
was a cheap deal.
Yeah, they got him.
Compete for the job.
Okay, all right. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I combined DBs in general because there wasn't a lot of
same.
safety action.
Same. We got
Even
we're on the
though
same page.
Morgan Burnett got some of the Steelers after I made my notes here, so that could be a wild card. I have more than 5 written down here, though. Let me try to
I
get.
got 6.
You got 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I got 7. But let me get an honorable mention in here.
There has to be multiple honorable mentions because only 3 are being in our list.
3, no, 5, because we're combining corners and safeties. No,
All right, then I only have 1 honorable mention.
I got 2.
Pete's not gonna be too happy with me.
I'm trying to break it down here. My 2 honorable mentions will be Rashawn Melvin to the Raiders. I think he's very underrated. It was the Colts, maybe one of their best defensive players. The Raiders needed corners. Yeah, they could get better in the draft. But Rashawn Melvin with a prove-it deal, 1 year, $6 million, cheap. I think he can play. Raiders needed him, so that's an honorable mention. My other honorable mention is gonna be. It's tough, very tough. Man, I can't decide. We'll go Aaron Colvin to the Texans. Maybe more of a slot corner. I think Texans need more outside corners, so maybe it doesn't make the top 5 because of that. But he's good. Gave him a good amount of money. Gets an honorable mention.
All right. Well, my honorable mention, I'm gonna have to throw it to Richard Sherman.
Okay.
I'm throwing it there because I don't think he's going to be healthy day 1, and I don't think somebody who's not going to be healthy day 1 can make this list or should make this list. But the 5 I have here, I'm pretty confident with.
Okay. I'll give you my number 5. It's going to be Patrick Robinson to the Saints.
Ooh.
4-year, $20 million, pretty cheap. He's a slot corner. Saints need another corner. Maybe they need a slot corner. I mean, he played with the Eagles. He played with the boys.
Boys.
Not the Cowboys, the Eagles.
Oh.
Fun fact: the Saints drafted Patrick Robinson.
Well,
That is a fun
Pete.
fact, yeah. It didn't really work
Didn't
out.
work out the first time.
Yeah, that's a little risky, I guess. But, I mean, he was with the Super Bowl team. That's my number 5.
My number 5, Malcolm Butler. I think he was just overpaid. That's why he falls at number 5.
But he still
on my
made the list. You're giving us negatives.
No. That's just why he's so low on my list because I have a feeling he's gonna be
Okay.
higher on your list.
Okay.
So, that's why he's on my list. I like the fit. We know about how Tennessee feels about those Patriot players. So,
Yeah, this is tough for number 4. I'm going to go Tremaine Johnson, number 4. I like Tremaine Johnson. I think he was number 1 corner of free agency. He did have an injury last year. He wasn't the same when he came back. They did give him a lot of money. It's really about – I'm really looking for the fit is maybe why somebody's higher on my list, but I do like Tremaine Johnson, the Jets. That's my number 4.
he's high on my list. Number 4, Kyle Fuller. Yes, he was a little overpaid, but the market for him was not – nobody really knew what he was worth.
And you just couldn't let the Packers have him.
Yeah, and you
Bottom line.
can't let that happen no matter what. So that's why he falls at number 4 for me.
All right. My number 3 is going to be Malcolm Butler of the Titans. Now, he was my number 2 corner free agency. Tremaine Johnson was 1. I think he got a pretty good deal. I mean, What's the details on that, Pete? It's 5 years, 61 mil, but
Yeah.
it could be.
It's 2 years, 24
All right, see,
mil.
Pete's the numbers guy. I knew I had to go to him.
The weatherman
I was
and the
gonna
numbers.
bash and I was gonna wait to the end, but
Yeah,
Hey,
so
Pete.
that
2 years, 24 mil, and then they could actually get out of that.
or they can keep him if he's
Or
good.
they keep him, that's-
But I like the fit, the Vrabel defense, pairing him with Logan Ryan. So Tremaine Johnson was my number one corner, but Butler has a better chance of working out better because of the contract and because of the fit there with former teammates and just the defense in general. If Dick LeBeau was still there, I'd still like it. Dick LeBeau is the corner guru, but I like it. It's my number 3. Is that what we're at? Yeah, it's my number 3. So I got 2 left. What do you got for number 3?
Number 3, I got Lamarcus Joyner.
That's a good one. I didn't think of that.
It's kind of a sleeper pick throwing it in there. I think that was a big.
I didn't have him.
re-signing
I
by
probably
the
should have.
Rams.
I feel like an idiot now.
Yeah, it's okay.
franchise tag.
Yeah, how do you feel?
I mean,
But they brought him back. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I tried to stay away from the franchise tag. That's probably why.
Come on.
I tried to stay away from the franchise tag.
I just think that was
Like Le'Veon Bell would have been number 1, but I didn't want to go with the franchise tag.
Okay. I've broken a lot of
That
rules.
was in our offense video. If we did, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go. That's I just like pairing him up with Talib and Peters. That's
Woo. Okay. All right. Number 2, cornerback Richard Sherman,
get him out of here.
Niners corner, because it was a steal of a deal for the Niners on their end.
deal of a deal.
And because I like pairing him with Akello Witherspoon, one of my favorite prospects from the draft last year. I think he was good, gonna be good. They're similar style. They're both 6'2", 6'3" range. It's gonna be good. Pretty good.
My number 2, I'm gonna feel like an idiot because he's low on your list.
Okay. I mean, all these guys I like.
I got Tremaine Johnson as
Yeah,
well.
I like Tremaine Johnson. I like his ball skills.
Yeah, he's got some sick ball skills, and I like him paired with the young safety group they got going on in New York.
Yeah, I mean, I like it too. I'm just trying to spread them here.
Yeah, you got to spread them with the ball skills. Yeah,
So my number 1,
I think it's the same.
Tyron Honey Badger.
Yep, Honey
Matthew.
Badger.
Texans, 1 year, 7 mil.
Wow.
I would like for it to be longer than 1 year, but it's cheap. 7 million is cheap. The guy can play safety, he can play corner, he can play in the box. He's just a baller. Bottom line, he's a baller. It's a good sign the Texans needed him. I wasn't expecting that. I was expecting him to go to a different team, maybe the Bucks, the Jets. I don't know. But good move. One of my favorite moves, maybe the best move of the offseason, signing-wise. Their new team-wise. I like it. I love it. I want some more of it.
Yeah, he's number 1.
I don't know where I'm going to get more of it, but
He's number 1 on my list.
he's number 1 there, too. Pete, any hot takes?
You know what minor one would be? It'd be Malcolm Butler. I
Okay.
talked about it. He fits well.
Pete's just feeling
it's a,
spicy today.
It's a prove it deal. He's got to prove it. And then I like the prove it deals. Like Tyrann Mathieu would probably be number 2. I do like the Rashawn Melvin deal as well. It's cheap. He's got to prove it. And then David Amerson. You guys are talking about David Amerson.
David
He's
Amerson.
pretty young guy.
That's a sleeper.
He's got a lot of potential still.
I like it.
He got a 1 year, $2.25 million.
Okay, yeah,
deal with the Chiefs. The Chiefs.
We were sleeping on that one.
Chiefs
Needed him, too.
Chiefs need a corner, so I like.
He can play. He's like Tyron, too. He can play in the box. He can play safety. That's my Mayock. I was doing
I
Kuiper in the
also
first
like-
video. That was my Mayock.
I also like Nickel Roby Coleman deal. He's 3 years, 15.75.
Nickel is
Yeah.
a nickel corner.
Yeah, he's in the corner. He fits
I'm on fire
fits
here.
in well with Peters and Talib as the nickel corner, and they got him pretty cheap too. So
Well, okay. That's good info.
No.
That'll do it for the defense video. If you haven't seen the offense, that was before this. Go check it out. We're going to have our best... Wait, no. We're going to have winners and losers teams of the offseason coming up as our next video. Stay tuned for that. We also got coming up is more 7-round mock drafts. Stay tuned for any of that. We got you covered. Whatever's coming out next, watch it. You'll like it. Stay tuned for more. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already. Goodbye.